William Saliba, injury confirmed, as Arsenal defender withdraws from France squad. Defender joins Jurrien Timber and Eberechi Eze in withdrawing from international duty. Arsenal have been handed a huge injury concern ahead of the Premier League title run-in, as William Saliba has withdrawn from the France squad due to injury. The news came less than 2 hours after the Gunners lost the Carabao Cup final to Manchester City, further extending their trophy drought. Saliba, who played the full 90 minutes at Wembley, has suffered an injury to his left ankle, which requires a minimum rest period of 10 days. Crystal Palace's Maxence Lacroix has been called up in place on Saliba and will hope to earn his first senior France cap. A statement from the French Football Federation read, "William Saliba is unable to join the French national team's training camp, which begins this Monday, March 23rd. The Arsenal centre-back is suffering from recurring pain in his left ankle, requiring treatment and a minimum rest period of 10 days. National coach Didier Deschamps has decided to replace him with Maxence Lacroix, 25 years old, who is expected on Monday at the CNF Clairefontaine-Yvelines. The players will arrive on Monday at lunchtime. They will fly to the United States on Tuesday to play 2 matches against Brazil. On Thursday, March 26th in Foxborough, 4 p.m. local time, 9 p.m. French time, and on Sunday, March 29th against Colombia in Landover, 3 p.m. local time, 9 p.m. French time. Saliba was the third Arsenal player to withdraw from international duty in the hours after Sunday's Carabao Cup final defeat. Eberechi Eze and Jurrien Timber, who were absent from the match-day squad, have pulled out of England and Netherlands duty, respectively. Martin Odegaard was not named in Norway's latest squad. William Saliba, injury timeline confirmed, a statement issued on Arsenal defender. Arsenal centre-back William Saliba has been forced to withdraw from the France squad for upcoming international friendlies against Brazil and Croatia. France have issued a statement to provide further background on the injury issue that has seen William Saliba withdraw from the Les Bleus squad for upcoming international friendlies against Brazil and Croatia. Saliba played the full match on Sunday as the Gunners fell short in the Carabao Cup final, losing 2-0 to Manchester City at Wembley. Shortly after the game, France confirmed Saliba would not be joining the group due to an ankle injury, and he was replaced by Crystal Palace's Maxence Lacroix. The French Football Federation said, confirming an injury timeline, William Saliba is unable to join the French national team's training camp, which begins this Monday, March 23rd. The Arsenal centre-back is suffering from recurring pain in his left ankle, requiring treatment and a minimum rest period of 10 days. It would suggest the 24-year-old will be fit to feature for Arsenal at Southampton in the FA Cup quarter-final, when club football returns on April 4th. Saliba was moving freely and did not limp as he left Wembley on Sunday. The issue in question is believed to be the same ankle problem that saw Saliba miss recent wins against Brighton and Mansfield Town after scoring in the 2-1 triumph over Chelsea. Given France are travelling to the United States on Tuesday for what's effectively 2 World Cup warm-up matches, it's a major boost for Arsenal that Saliba will not be heading stateside. He was not the only Arsenal player to withdraw from an international squad, either. Eberechi Eze and Jurrien Timber will not be participating for England or Holland during the break, either. Both players missed the Carabao Cup final with calf and ankle injuries, respectively. Eze has been replaced in the England squad by Harvey Barnes, and Gunners fullback Ben White has also been added to Thomas Tuchel's 3 Lions squad in place of Jarrell Quansah. It's the first time White has been included in an international squad since the 2022 World Cup, when he was sent home for personal reasons. Meanwhile, Noni Madueke is still expected to feature for England in friendlies against Uruguay and Japan, despite battling a wrist issue that he sustained in training last Friday. Madweck wore a corset at Wembley on Sunday and left Wembley with notable strapping on his arm. Arsenal were dealt a major blow on Sunday as the first major trophy of the English domestic season went to Manchester City in the EFL Cup final at Wembley. Both goals on the day were scored by Nico O'Reilly in a 2-0 defeat for the Gunners, which ended their quadruple hopes and left Mikel Arteta licking his wounds as he prepares to get his side back on track over the international break. The North London outfit remain 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, but if City win their game in hand, the Gunners are just one fatal slip away from it all going down to their trip to the Etihad on the 19th of April. Arsenal will hope to see first-team stars back from injury out of the internationals, following the news that 3 Gunners players have dropped out of international duty in the aftermath of the final on Sunday afternoon. William Saliba, the Frenchman, played all 90 minutes of the defeat at Wembley and did a good job to stifle the threat of Erling Haaland, arguably emerging as Arsenal's best performer on the day. Less than 2 hours later, though, Saliba had dropped out of international duty and was replaced in the France squad by Crystal Palace's Maxence Lacroix. A statement from the French Football Federation read, "William Saliba is unable to join the French national team's training camp, which begins this Monday, March 23rd. The Arsenal centre-back is suffering from recurring pain in his left ankle, requiring treatment and a minimum rest period of 10 days. Saliba's return date is currently unknown, but Gunners fans will hope that his withdrawal was merely precautionary and the recommended 10-day rest period will be sufficient to see the 24-year-old back in action for Arsenal." Ebrechies, a surprise absentee from the matchday squad in the cup final. Gunners Fanez was seen looking dejected in the stands as he was unable to line up for his boyhood club in a final for the first time. He has since dropped out of the England squad for the March friendlies against Japan and Uruguay, too, and was replaced by Newcastle United's Harvey Barnes in the extended 35-man squad. Ez was forced off with a knock in the second half against Bayer Leverkusen last week, but was not expected to miss the final on Sunday. Manager Arteta confirmed of Ez prior to kick-off, "We tried everything to get him fit for the game, but unfortunately he's out." Arteta later gave a concerning update on the player's calf injury. "We have to do another scan in 6 or 7 days and wait to see the results." Jurrien Timber, the third Gunners star to drop out late from international duty to the Carabao Cup final defeat, was Netherlands international Timber, who limped off against Everton last weekend in the Premier League and was absent against both Leverkusen and City. The 24-year-old had initially been named in Ronald Koeman's 26-man squad, but it was confirmed that he had dropped out on Sunday. Arteta said of Timber and Martin Odegaard before the game, "They couldn't make it, so I think they will still be a couple of weeks. Let's see after the international break if we have anybody back." Martin Odegaard, Gunners captain Odegaard, was not past fit enough to lead his side out as a major final for the first time. The Norwegian has now missed the last 7 matches with a knee issue in a stop-start season, which he will hope bursts back into life in the run-in if he is to return to action in a couple of weeks, as was suggested by Arteta.